In 1940, McDonald's came on the restaurant scene and changed the game forever. And since then, they've been continuing to revolutionize fast food time and time again. To me, though, the biggest thing that they did was in 1979 when they introduced the Happy Meal nationwide.
It's a hamburger or cheeseburger, regular size fries, regular size soft drink, and a McDonald's and cookie sampler with games, puzzles, jokes, and a prize.
A prize?
This video today is going to be covering the Happy Meals that were released in the 1990s. If you haven't seen the first part of this series where we talked about all the Happy Meals released from 1979 until 1989, make sure to check that out. And if you want to stay up to date on all of the future videos in this series that will be coming out, make sure to hit that subscribe button. As we go through each year, they're going to be broken into two parts when it applies. The first part is going to be the nationwide Happy Meals, and then the second part will be the regional Happy Meals. Make sure to let me know your favorite Happy Meal down in the comments below. So let's go ahead and get started by taking a look at the Happy Meal that bridged the gap from the 1980s to the 1990s. From December 22nd, 1989, running until January 8th of 1990, we had the Funny Fry Friends. These were a couple of the different Fry Kids that had interchangeable costumes, very similar to some of the different McNugget Buddy Happy Meals that had come out in the past. January 26th through February 22nd of 1990, we had the Berenstain Bears returning. This time, though, instead of being toys like they had previously been, now they were giving away books. Now, the books you could get were either the regular books from the series or also activity books that tied in with each of them as well. From March 30th until April 26th, the Peanut characters would be in the Happy Meals, where you could get either Charlie Brown, Linus, Lucy, or of course, Snoopy. From April 26th until May 24th, we would get the Camp McDonald Land Happy Meals. These would feature toys that you could use on camping trips, such as eating utensils, canteens, and collapsible cups. From June 1st until June 28th, they had the McDonald's Beach Time Happy Meals. These would be very similar to some of the Happy Meals we would see back in the 80s, with inflatable beach toys, and then also buckets that the meals themselves would come in. From July 6th until August 2nd, we will get the first of a ton of Disney collaborations with The Jungle Book. From August 3rd until August 30th, you could get toys that tied into the Nintendo game Super Mario Bros. 3. Though I wasn't old enough to be getting these myself at this point, I definitely know that somebody around me got them because I have very strong memories of both the Goomba that can flip and the Mario. From September 2nd until October 4th, Tom and Jerry would be in the Happy Meals with the Tom and Jerry Band. You'll notice here that this Happy Meal would be coming in a bag and not in a box. This is something that McDonald's over the years would kind of go back and forth on. From September 7th until October 4th, the Turbo Mac Happy Meals would come out, which would feature cars that had McDonald's Land characters in them. These actually had been regional toys back in 1988, but now they're finally making their way to everyone nationally. Now, there are a couple different Happy Meals that we're going to be running from September 7th to October 4th, again, kind of depending on where you are. And this one here is called the Fry Benders. It's one of the oddest Happy Meal toys that I've seen. These guys are supposed to be little fries and they can bend, but they just look so weird. I do not like their design at all. Another September 7th to October 4th Happy Meal set would be the Happy Meal Carnival, which again would feature McDonald Land toys, this time with different carnival rides that they could be on. And then the final September 7th to October 4th Happy Meal set that you could be getting was the Sports Ball set, which has kind of grown over the years and has shown up at different times. From October 5th to 25th, you could get yourself the Happy Meal Halloween pails, now with the McBoo actually being a glow-in-the-dark pail. Blue the Bear was showing up quite a bit in Happy Meals in the year 1990, with him also being featured in the Tailspin Happy Meals, these ones running from November 2nd until the 29th. And then finishing out the national Happy Meal toys for the year was the set tied in with the Disney movie release, The Rescuers Down Under. You could look through these little things and see different shots from the movie. So now we'll jump into the regional Happy Meals from the year 1990, and from February 2nd until the 24th, you could get yourself a Valentine's Happy Meal, which featured scratch and sniff Valentine's Day cards. In July of 1990 in Savannah, Georgia, you could get a Barbie or Hot Wheels car in your Happy Meal. And in the same month in Northern Illinois and South Carolina, they had the I Like Bikes Happy Meals, which had different bike accessories, which featured McDonald's characters. If you lived in Oklahoma or Texas in August, you could get yourself a Dink the Little Dinosaur Happy Meal. From September 7th until October 4th, if you lived in Alabama, Georgia, Florida, or Louisiana, you could get these Hat Happy Meals. Again, from September 7th until October 4th, if you found yourself in the southern United States, your Happy Meal might possibly have a McDonald's Land Dough, which of course is just a ripoff of Play-Doh. And then finishing out 1990, if you lived in Illinois or Ohio from September 7th until October 4th, you could get a McDrive-Thru Crew Happy Meal, which featured different McDonald's foods driving cars. And don't worry, the trend of characters driving cars from the 1980s will be very strong as we continue into the 90s. In the year 1991, from January 4th until the 31st, there were the Good Morning Happy Meals. Now, these would be Happy Meals that had things that could help you get your day started. There were different combs you could use for your hair, plastic cups, and of course the lamest recurring McDonald's toy, the toothbrush. From February 8th until March 7th, the Tiny Toon Adventures Happy Meals would be at McDonald's. Each one of these cars actually featured 2 characters, one on either side. From March 8th to April 11th, the Muppet Babies would be back in the Happy Meals, this time all riding connectable vehicles. From March 18th to April 11th, Gravedale High would be the Happy Meal toys. Now, McDonald's has a pretty good record when it comes to having popular things be featured in the Happy Meals, but they can't all be winners. From March 14th to April 11th, the Happy Meals theme was Circus. This time the toys, though, were based on the McDonaldland characters with a circus theme. From April 12th to May 16th, Nature's Helpers would be the theme of the Happy Meals, and this would feature different gardening tools that would come with different seeds that you could plant so you could grow your own flowers. May 24th to June 20th, we get the return of a favorite, this time with the McDino Changeables. So this time, instead of it being food that would turn into robots, it would be food that would turn into dinosaurs. There were 8 regular toys to collect, with 2 for the under 3 crowd. You had the McDino Cone, Triceratops, Big Macosaurus Rex, Hot Cakesadactyl, Quarter Pounder with Cheezosaurus, McNuggetsaurus, Happy Mealodon, and the Fryceratops, with the Bronto Cheeseburger and small Fryceratops for the little kids. Disney is showing up again from July 5th until August 1st with the first of a few 101 Dalmatians Happy Meals we'll see this decade. This one with 4 different posable characters. From August 2nd until the 28th, Barbies and Hot Wheels would come out with another national-wide Happy Meal. From August 29th until September 5th, the Collectibles would be essentially the same Happy Meal toys as the Muppet Babies featured earlier this year, this time though just with McDonald's Land characters. And then running at that same time, again from August 29th until September 5th, there were other vehicles that had McDonald's Land characters, these ones though being called the Crazy Vehicles. And then if that wasn't enough, running still at that same time, they also had the McDonald's Land characters on bikes. So no matter what Happy Meal toy you're getting at this time, those McDonald's Land characters are going to be riding on something. September 6th to October 3rd, Discover the Rainforest would be the Happy Meal theme. And these Happy Meals would feature one of 4 different books, either an activity book, a paint and reveal book, a sticker book, or an adventure storybook. This year from Halloween, from October 11th to the 31st, they would not put out the buckets. Instead, they would put out McBoo bags, which I think to most people would be seen as a downgrade. From November 8th until December 5th, we would have the Super Looney Tunes with snap-on costumes. These would feature Bugs Bunny, the Tasmanian Devil, Petunia Pig, and Daffy Duck, all dressed up as different DC superheroes. And then finishing out the national campaigns for the year from December 13th until January 9th, we had Happy Meals based off of Steven Spielberg's new movie, Hook. Out of all of these, I remember the mermaid the most. I used to think it was a Barbie, so that was a fun thing to see. It was tied to this movie instead. As we get into the regional Happy Meals in Texas, from March 8th until April 12th, you could get Alvin and the Chipmunk Happy Meals. Running from March 14th until April 11th in California, Washington, Pennsylvania, and New England, they had the Mighty Mini Happy Meals. From March 14th until April 11th in Florida, Pigsburg Pigs, another, I'm assuming, TV show that I just never heard of, would be in there. And then in the northeastern United States, running in the summer and the fall, they actually tried out breakfast Happy Meals, which would not take off in the long term. From August to September in Indiana, New England, and Kansas City, Missouri, you could get yourself one of the sports balls. They're still showing up. And then running from October 10th through December, you could get at the airport locations these Friendly Skies Happy Meals. And then in another failed experiment in Connecticut and New England, the McDonald's Pizza Happy Sacks were available. As we move into 1992, from January 3rd until February 2nd, we would have Mysteries of the Lost Arches. Now, these were obviously inspired by Indiana Jones and would feature different tools that you could use while going on adventures. In 1992, from January 31st until March 5th, Potato Head Kids were back in Happy Meals. And then from March 6th until April 2nd, the Young Astronauts Happy Meals were also going to be available again. From April 10th until May 7th, you could get Happy Meal toys based off of the Back to the Future cartoon. And then from May 8th until June 4th, Nature's Watch Happy Meals would be available and would give you, again, tools that you could use to garden or feed the birds. From June 7th until July 9th, we have maybe the most influential Happy Meal toys to ever be released, and those are the toys tied to Batman Returns. These are notable because if you've ever seen Batman Returns, the movie's definitely not for kids, and so people were pretty upset that these were being marketed to kids in the Happy Meals. So it would definitely make it so McDonald's and other restaurants would be a little more hesitant when it came to what movies they would be supporting and sponsoring in their kids' meals. From July 10th until August 6th, Michael Jordan's Fitness Fun Happy Meals would be available, which would have different toys that would aim to get kids out and exercising. From August 7th until September 3rd, you could get yourself either a Barbie or Hot Wheel Mini Streaks toy. And then from September 11th until October 8th, the behind-the-scenes Happy Meals were available to help kids explore the arts. From October 9th until the 29th, McDonald's would right the wrongs of the year past by reintroducing the Halloween pails, this time with an added bonus of a cookie cutter lid. From October 30th until November 26th, the Tiny Toons would be back with a different set of cars for their characters. And then from November 27th until December 31st, you had your choice between either a Cabbage Patch Kid or a Tonka truck. As we get into the regional Happy Meals for the year, in Albany, New York, and in Connecticut, you could get a Crayola squeeze bottle from January 31st until March 5th. The Real Ghostbusters, the cartoon based off of the Ghostbusters movie, would have a new Happy Meal set from January 31st to March 5th in Kansas City, Missouri, and in Kansas. These toys would be different bike accessories. From January 31st until March 5th in Maryland, Hawaii, Illinois, and Washington, you could get a water game in your Happy Meal, and one of those ones where you'd push the button and it would blow the bubbles and you try to get the rings to hang on different things. The Wild Friends Happy Meals were available in Southern California and Indiana from January 31st to March 5th. And then finishing out the regional Happy Meals for the year, again from March 31st until March 5th, Yo Yogi was in the Happy Meals in California, Northern Florida, Northern Georgia, and portions of Alabama. In 1993, from January 8th until February 4th, you could get an M Squad Happy Meal toy. These are toys that were meant to kind of be spy toys, helping you solve mysteries, that kind of thing. From February 5th until March 4th, the TV show Dinosaurs would have Happy Meals tied to it. Each one of these had a button that you could push that would make the toy move. This set here is where it's really going to start getting very nostalgic for me. There are a ton of Happy Meal toys this year that really stand out, including these ones from March 5th until April 8th, which were called the Food Fundamentals. I especially remember the Apple Ruby. From April 9th until May 6th, the Looney Tunes Quack Up car chase vehicles would be featured in the Happy Meals. And then from May 7th until June 10th, Out for Fun Happy Meals would be featured, and these would have different Happy Meal toys that would encourage you to go outside and play. The inflatable ball, very nostalgic for me with Ronald being in that hot air balloon. June 11th to July 8th, Nickelodeon would have Game Gadgets toys in the Happy Meals. These toys were all either good for being loud or just annoying to your parents or siblings. From July 9th until August 5th, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs would get Happy Meals based on that movie. And then from August 6th until September 2nd, you could choose between, again, a Barbie or a Hot Wheels toy. September 10th through October 7th, again, are going to have toys that are encouraging kids to get outside and explore nature with the Field Trip Happy Meals. These ones would come with magnifiers, kaleidoscopes, a leaf printer where you can do leaf rubbings, and then the Explorer bag, which, in my opinion, is probably the weakest of all four. Just a bag. Instead of putting out a bucket this year from October 8th until the 29th, the McNugget Buddies would get mix and match Halloween costumes. And then from November 5th until the 25th, we got another all-time classic with Batman the Animated Series, which were put out in part to advertise the movie Batman Mask of the Phantasm. And then finishing out the year from December 10th, 1993, running through January 6th, 1994, we had the Totally Toys Holiday Happy Meals from Mattel, which would feature smaller versions of some of their more popular toys. 1993 would see the end of an era with the regional Happy Meals kind of coming to a complete stop, with the only one happening from August to September, and being those linkable McDonald's Land toys that we talked about last year. In 1994, from January 7th until February 4th, Makin' Movies Happy Meals would include toys that were connected to the filmmaking process. And then from February 4th until March 3rd, you could collect one of 4 different Happy Meal toys that tied into the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. From March 4th to 31st, you could get toys that tied into Bobby's World, which was a cartoon that I actually do remember, inspired by the life of Howie Mandel. From April 8th until May 5th, you could get Earth Day's Happy Meals, which again would be trying to get kids out into nature. From May 6th to June 2nd, the Animaniacs would be featured in the Happy Meals for the first time, with 8 different vehicles to collect with characters from the show. From June 3rd to July 7th, you could get Happy Meals that tied in with the Flintstones live action movie, with each one of the toys including both a building and a car, so you could build your own bedrock. From July 8th until August 4th, you could get Mickey and Friends Epcot Adventure Happy Meal toys, which featured Disneyland characters in outfits inspired by different countries around the world. From August 5th until September 8th, you will not be surprised to hear that there was yet another Barbies and Hot Wheels Happy Meal collaboration. September 9th until October 6th, the Magic School Bus would come into the Happy Meals. From October 7th until the 27th, McDonald's would bring back the Halloween Happy Meal buckets. And then from October 28th until December 1st, McDonald's would actually celebrate its 15th birthday with 15 different Happy Meal toys, which would tie back to some of the most popular Happy Meals they'd had so far. Finishing out the year from December 2nd until the 29th, you would again get your choice between either a Cabbage Patch Kid or a Tonka toy. Starting off 1995, January 6th through February 2nd, you could get Jim Henson's Muppet Workshop toys. That would allow you to mix and match different parts. From February 3rd until March 2nd, you had a choice between either a Polly Pocket or an Attack Pack toy, which is a series of toys I do not remember, but it looks like vehicles that can also eat you like monsters, so that might be worth looking into. Seems pretty cool. March 3rd through the 31st would have the Space Rescue Happy Meals. These would have different toys similar to the Spy toys that had come before, but this time instead of them being themed after secret agents, they were themed after astronauts. April 1st through the 30th, you could get the Amazing Wildlife Happy Meals, which would feature one of 8 different animals from around the world. If you bought yourself a Happy Meal from May 1st to the 31st, you could get yourself a toy based off of the Spider-Man animated series. From June 1st until the 31st of 1995, Disneyland was celebrating its 40th anniversary with a tie-in over at McDonald's. Each one of these toys had a different image that you could see by looking through the little hole inside of it. And from July 1st until the 31st in 1995, you can get a Happy Meal toy tied in with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. Now, if you're like me, you might stop here and say, like, wait, I thought that they had toys that were actually the Zords. Those were actually separate from the Happy Meals and had to be purchased outside of the Happy Meals. So I understand the comments where people say, hey, what about this? I thought this was here. I get it. There are times where I am surprised by what is and isn't a Happy Meal toy as well. August 1st to the 31st, you're going to get the yearly team up of Barbie and Hot Wheels. Moving into the month of September, there would be toys that would tie in with the busy world of Richard Scarry. Similar to the Flintstone Happy Meal before, these ones would all feature a car and a building so you could build out your own city. From October 1st to the 31st, McDonald's is again going to be moving away from the Halloween pails and would have a Happy Meal called What Am I Going to Be for Halloween, which had the different McDonald's Land characters that would come with removable costumes. From November 1st until the 30th, the Animaniacs would be back, this time with each toy having like a stretchy accordion piece in it. And then finishing out 1995 for the month of December, we again had Mattel's Totally Toy Holiday Happy Meals, featuring again smaller versions of some of their most popular toys. January 19th until February 15th of 1996, we would get toys based off of the show VR Troopers, which of course was trying to ride the hype of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. February 16th until March 14th, you could get one of 4 bath toys from the Muppet Treasure Island Happy Meals. March 15th until April 11th, you could either get a Little Pet Shop or Transformers Beast Wars Happy Meal toy. And from April 19th until May 16th, McDonald's would put out some of their most iconic Happy Meal toys with the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection. Each one of these Happy Meal toys would come with a miniature version of their videotape case that the toy could fit inside. May 17th until June 14th, Marvel superheroes would be in the Happy Meals, with a lot of them, of course, riding different vehicles. June 14th until July 11th, you could get a stuffed toy based on the movie Babe. And then since it is the summertime, from July 12th until the 15th of August, you could get either another Barbie or another Hot Wheels toy. August 16th until September 12th, you could get a Happy Meal toy tied in with Aladdin's second sequel, Aladdin and the King of Thieves. And then from September 20th until October 2nd, you could get a finger puppet based off of the art of Eric Carle, who to me is most known for putting out the book The Very Hungry Caterpillar. October 11th until the 31st, the McNugget Buddies are going to get another set of Halloween costumes, which means it's another year of us not having Halloween buckets. Getting into November, from the 1st until the 26th, you can get toys based off of the movie Space Jam. And then finishing out the year from November 27th, 1996, and going all the way until January 2nd of 1997, we had a special Happy Meal for the 101 Dalmatians movie that was released, which actually had 101 different Dalmatian toys for you to collect. From January 10th, 1997 until February 7th, the toys that you could get in the Happy Meal were from the Nickelodeon Tangle series, which had different monsters that had different interchangeable parts. From February 7th until March 6th, you could get Happy Meal toys associated with the Mighty Ducks animated series, which would be one of 4 different sliding pucks. March 7th until April 3rd, your Happy Meal toy would be tied in with the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And then from April 11th until the 24th, you had some of the most popular Happy Meal toys to ever come out, Ty's Teeny Beanie Babies. April 25th to May 21st, you would get the second series of Walt Disney's Home Video Masterpiece Collection. From May 30th until June 19th, you could have your choice between either the Spinning Sky Dancers or Micro Machine toys. And then from June 20th until July 24th, you could get one of 10 toys from the Hercules Happy Meals. Each one of these would come with both a character and a bigger character, usually one of the Titans, that you could actually put the smaller character inside of. From August 1st to the 24th, you could get the Animal Pals Happy Meals, which would give you one of 6 different small stuffed toys. August 15th to September 24th, we would have another Power Rangers ripoff, with Saban's Beetleborgs being featured in the Happy Meals. September 12th to October 2nd, you could get a Sleeping Beauty toy. Not only were these toys, they were also different things like rulers and pencils and pens as well. From October 3rd to the 23rd, we would have the least Halloween-y toys that McDonald's has put out in a while by having toys based off of the Jungle Book. They did, though, at least come with Halloween candy that the toys could dispense. Even though it's not in the summer like it had been in the past, from October 24th until November 27th, you can still get another Barbies or Hot Wheels toy. And November 28th until December 25th, there were Happy Meal toys based off of The Little Mermaid. Finishing out the year from December 26, 1997, and getting us into 1998, going all the way to January 29th, we have another set of toys based off of 101 Dalmatians. This time, though, it's based off the cartoon TV series. January 30th until February 26th, Hercules would be back in the Happy Meals. Though if I'm going to be completely honest, these ones are definitely a step down from the ones we had when the movie was coming out in theaters. February 27th until March 26th, the Happy Meal had 8 different toys that were based off of the Disney classic Peter Pan. March 27th until April 16th, Beast Wars was back, but this time it was teaming up with My Little Pony. Disney's Animal Kingdom would be in the Happy Meals from April 24th until May 21st. These would tie in with the new theme park being opened in Florida. From May 22nd until June 18th, Ty's Teeny Beanie Babies would be back with a new set of small stuffed animals. Next up, from June 19th until July 6th, we would get a set of toys meant to promote Mulan, Disney's newest animated movie. July 17th until August 13th, Tamagotchi toys would have a tie-in with the Happy Meals. And then August 14th until September 10th, we would again see Barbie and Hot Wheels teaming up. September 11th until October 1st, we would have another set of Disney toys based off of their VHS tapes, but these ones were definitely, again, a downgrade because they weren't inside of their cassettes. Instead, they were just riding on top of them and could actually connect together to make a train. October 9th to 29th, again, would feature toys that could dispense nerds. This time, though, they were based on the McDonald's Land characters. And though that does mean that we aren't having a pail again for Halloween, we did at least get this probably scariest picture of Ronald McDonald that exists, where he's dressed up like a scarecrow. October 30th until November 26th, the Happy Meal toys would tie in with The Lion King 2: Simba's Pride, which was released direct to video. And then from November 27th until December 24th, the Happy Meal toys would all tie in with the newest Pixar movie, A Bug's Life. Disney's Recess would be the connection between 1998 and 1999, running from December 25th until January 21st. It's a great show, still holds up. From January 29th, 1999 until February 25th, we would have toys tying into the video release of Disney's Mulan. February 26th until March 25th, we would get some Winnie the Pooh backpack clips. From March 26th until April 22nd, Furbies would make their way into the Happy Meals. With all the different combinations of colors and poses, there were actually 80 different versions of these Furbies that you could collect if you wanted to try to get them all. The Power Ranger ripoffs just keep coming with the Mystic Knights of Trinagog TV show that was about magical knights. You could get these toys in the Happy Meal from April 3rd until May 20th. From May 21st until June 17th, Ty's Teeny Beanie Babies would be available again, with 12 new small Beanie Babies to collect. June 18th until July 15th, Disney's Tarzan was coming out, and so you could get toys that went along with that one. And then from July 16th until August 12th, they had one of the weirdest sets of Happy Meal toys, which were the ones that went along with Inspector Gadget. Each one came with a different part of Inspector Gadget, and so to actually get the full figure, you had to collect them all. It was weird just getting like an arm in your Happy Meal. August 13th until September 16th, again, we had Happy Meals featuring Barbies and Hot Wheels. And then Disney's Doug's First Movie would have Happy Meal toys tied into its video release from September 17th until October 14th. October 15th until the 28th, we would see the return of the Happy Meal Halloween pails. They would still have the cookie cutter lids, but they lost the faces, so it's, again, a downgrade. McDonald's continues to drop the ball when it comes to Halloween. From October 29th until November 25th, Lego would show up in the Happy Meals again. This time they would be tied in with the McDonald Land characters, which recently had received a kind of frightening redesign. Each one of these different sets would have a piece that had a face of one of the McDonald Land characters on it. November 26th until December 30th, you could get toys that tied in with Disney and Pixar's newest release, Toy Story 2. There are a lot of toys in this collection, so if you were trying to collect them all, that could be quite difficult. And then just barely being featured in the 90s from December 31st, 1999 until January 27th, the year 2000, quite fittingly, is another Barbie and Hot Wheels set. This one coined once in a lifetime, which we all know is actually not true, once in a year at the very least. And that finishes up our look at the 90s Happy Meal toys. If you did remember any of these, please let me know about it in the comments below. I have a ton of memories tied in with these ones specifically. I'm going to be getting into the toys that came out in the 2000s in the next video, so if you do want to catch that one, make sure to subscribe. Not just talking about Happy Meals here on the channel, lots of different things. You can check out the pop culture history playlist to see videos that kind of tie into this, but also a ton of other things as we've been figuring out what kind of videos people want to be watching here on the channel. So thanks so much for stopping by. Hope to see you in the next one. Until then, you take care.